Presenting Captain Louis A. Yancey, the first to fly from New York to Rome, the first to fly from New York to Bermuda, the first to take a commercial ship entirely around South America, and now about to add another first to his string. Leaving behind the city of Miami, he strikes out to sea in his Autogyro, the first to fly the 100 miles from Florida to Cuba. On his way to the island republic, Yancey sights a 44-passenger cabin plane, and then a lagging liner is overtaken and passed. Miami has scarcely faded over the horizon before the turrets of Morro Castle loom up. Quite a craft, this Autogyro, by which a man can get to Morro today. Yancey pushes on to Havana, where a great throng is waiting to get its first glimpse of an Autogyro, for never before has one of these strange flying windmills landed in Cuba. The Cubans were particularly interested because the Autogyro was invented by a Spaniard, Juan de la Cierva. Captain Yancey is presented with a keg of nails or something, and then is received by President Machado. The president on the left speaks Spanish, and Yancey on the right speaks English. They appear to be getting along fine. The next leg in this Autogyro tour is the most perilous ever undertaken by a flying windmill, from Havana across Cuba, over the Yucatan Channel and the trackless Yucatan jungle. 500 miles of dangerous flying. Yancey doubled his cruising range by adding an extra gasoline tank and landed his plane without mishap in the ancient city of Chichen Itza, built of stone more than 3,000 years ago by the Mayans. This great archaeological relic had never before been visited by any aircraft until Captain Yancey set down in his Autogyro in front of the Temple of the Feathered Serpent. And now Captain Yancey takes off for the north, leaving Yucatan behind, and flying over old Mexico toward another majestic spot. But this one, the handiwork not of man, but of nature, the Yosemite Valley. Once more, Yancey did what nobody had ever done before. Only an Autogyro would attempt to land on the floor of the valley, for the meadow in which it sits down is much too small to permit the conventional plane to land, and the steep cliffs that hem it in create treacherous air pockets and air currents, which are likely to cause even the most expert navigator to crack up. However, Yancey does the trick with the Miss Champion, and another flying record has been set. Let's watch our ship move out of the valley. Look out there, Captain Yancey. That's a mountain in front of you. And it's one of the hardest mountains in all the West. Careful. Oh, what a relief. He just missed it. And now let us see how the Yosemite Falls look to Yancey in the Autogyro. Points the nose of the Miss Champion toward the north as he wings his way to Crater Lake, one of the least known of our national parks and one of the most beautiful. And again, Captain Yancey is the pioneer, for this is the first time an Autogyro has flown over this unique body of water. And now Captain Yancey turns the Miss Champion homeward. He has flown from Miami to Havana, making that jump for the first time in an autogyro. Then he flew from Cuba to Yucatan, introducing the flying windmill to the ruins of the centuries-old Mayan civilization. He has set down his ship in the Yosemite Valley, the first time that hazardous feat was ever accomplished. And finally, he has explored Crater Lake from the air, and thus written another record in the book. So he leaves behind the azure gem of this fairyland of the Cascades, and pushes on with that intrepid lady, Miss Champion, seeking new adventures.